2NURFM News for our sponsor Guardia Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Annabelle Regan with 2NURFM Hunter News. Storm-affected farmers in the Hunter region have been visited by the Premier today for the announcement of new clean-up and recovery assistance. Those hard hit by the April storms are eligible for a $15,000 disaster relief grant. The grants will assist farmers from Dungog to Cessnock with clean-up efforts and recovery costs to get local producers back on their feet. Oyster growers in Port Stephens and Brisbane Waters are also eligible for assistance. Mike Baird is urging primary producers who require assistance to apply.
We obviously are not limiting the numbers. I mean, that's up to the individual producers to come forward. The important point is now, having gone through it, it's clear a whole range of damaging impacts from the storm on these primary producers. And what we're saying to all of them, come forward, seek the assistance. It's now available.
Meanwhile, Minister for Emergency Services David Elliott says the funding will give a boost to the Hunter economy.
We rely so much on the contribution of our agriculture and primary producers. So this sort of assistance is a small price that we need to pay to make sure that farmers under the most terrible conditions, whether it be flood, whether it be fire, whether it be drought, are very, very important to the New South Wales and the Australian economy.
Police have been led on two pursuits after a driver failed to stop for police at Wharf Road in the early hours of Saturday morning. Sergeant Dave Rose says the white Hyundai sped through several suburbs, forcing the police to call off the pursuit twice before finding the car abandoned by the side of the road.
After a short distance, the pursuit was stopped due to safety concerns. That vehicle was seen later at Newcastle Road at Wallsend and a pursuit was reinitiated. Cars travelled through Maryland, Fletcher, Minmi, Legans Hill and onto the M1 freeway before exiting onto the southern exit of Palmers Road at Toronto.
There is encouraging signs for the Hunter's coal mining industry as new figures show a greater demand for New South Wales coal. The demand is growing across key Asian markets where they are making the switch to clean coal, such as the type produced in New South Wales. Exports to Korea are up 8% and a 21% rise has been recorded in Taiwan, whilst exports across most other Asian countries have doubled. The face of Belmont's Main Street is set to change with the construction of a new property development. The $35 million project includes 110 apartments with the ground floor featuring commercial and retail space. Lake Macquarie Mayor Jody Harrison says the development will be considerable benefit to Belmont.
This particular development will have a considerable economic development impact in the area of Belmont. Belmont's certainly going leaps and bounds ahead. There will be commercial and retail space on the ground floor of the apartment, which will mean that there's ongoing jobs there as well.
In finance, the All Ords is down 23 points at 55.29 and $1 Australian dollar is buying 77.19 US cents.
Sport for our sponsor, NewcastleCheapestCars.com.au.
Joey Leilua has been released from his Knights contract this morning. Newcastle will be looking to the forwards in order to spend the remainder of the salary cap after releasing Leilua, who is expected to join the Raiders. Canberra prop David Shillington is among the favourites to be wearing the red and blue for the rest of 2015. A number of dominant performances in Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union have overshadowed Hamilton's 8th straight win. Wanderers shut out Singleton 97-0, while Maitland smashed Lake Macquarie 96-0. Meanwhile, Hamilton were 59-31 winners over Nelson Bay, the Waratahs beat Merewether 48-22, and University went down 47-21 to Southern Beaches. And in Black Diamond Aussie rules, Warners Bay held off Cardiff 97-82 despite trailing at the final change, and Killarney Vale came back after scoring just 7 points in the first term to win 108-47 over Nelson Bay. That's sport. I'm Georgia Lupton.
2NURFM News Time is 1:04.